Welcome to Grumpy Man's Reviews. Today we're looking at the TrueGuard W500 4K Power over Ethernet CCTV system. Link in the description box below if you want to pick this up. Before we start, remember if you find the video useful, a like would be appreciated. Any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Subscribe to watch more reviews. I'll take everything out of the box. This is everything that was included inside the box. We get a well-written instruction booklet. Takes you through every detail. In here it's explaining how to install the hard disk drive. On the page it says this comes pre-installed with a 3 TB hard disk drive. They have included a screwdriver if you want to upgrade the hard disk drive. I don't know what the maximum capacity you could take this to, but as I said at the start, I will leave a link in the description box below if you want to purchase this or if you want to find out more about it. We get Ethernet cable that's 20 meters. Let's just take one out. Quality is okay. It's got the waterproof part there as well when you plug it into the camera. A USB mouse. An RJ45 cable. You don't need to use this, but if you want to view the cameras online, you will need to use this. The screwdriver, as I mentioned before, to open the NVR box, it's a cross-head one. Power adapter, it's got some information there. The power lead, because I'm in the UK, mine is a 3-pin one. All the 4 cameras are the same. In each box we get some screws and some wall plugs. Take one camera. At the back it's got some padding there. Them are the 4 holes for the screws, of course. One cable that splits into 2. One's for power, but we won't be needing that because we're going to run these cameras with the Ethernet cable. So we'll plug one end of the Ethernet cable into the camera. This bit here, what's got the waterproof part on. I'll just quickly show you. We put that there. Push that forward and twist it. That's waterproof, but I would still recommend get them junction boxes what keep the water up properly. And then the other end of this cable would go into the back of the NVR box, so then that would power the camera up. The back here has a little sticker there letting us know it's 8 megapixel, which is 4K. You could adjust the camera from here as well. You do get a lot of flexibility when it comes to mounting the camera. It's got some branding on both sides. The camera is metal. It's IP66 waterproof and it has 30 meters of night vision. Built-in sun guard. If I just remove the sticker. At the front there, that's the LED, the lens of course, and then the day-night sensor there. There are also 36 infrared lights. I look at the NVR box. It's got a QR code there. If you scan that, it will show you how to install the cameras. But I will be showing you that in this video, so you don't really need that. But it's good that they've provided that. At the front it says digital video recorder. HDD light there, hard disk drive, alarm light. It's got a USB port there. Some branding there. That's where you would open the screws from. So that's where this would come in use if you want to upgrade the hard disk drive in there. 2 screws on this side. There are 2 screws on this side. Let's have a look at the bottom. It's got a sticker there, digital video recorder. You've got 2 screws there as well. You may have to remove them as well to access the hard disk drive, but I don't think so because that's at the front. I think you only need to remove them. This does have a hard disk drive in because it has got some screws there that will be holding the hard disk drive. I look at the NVR box from the back. We have 8 LAN ports here. This system comes with 4 cameras, but you are able to add another 4 4K cameras, which is good. And these will light up green when the system's working fine. It even has a number there from 1 to 8. That's the port to connect the cameras to the internet. You don't have to use that. The cameras will still work and record. That's only if you want to view the cameras on your tablet or smartphone. Power, audio out, VGA if you want to connect it to your monitor, HDMI if you want to connect it to your TV or monitor. I'll be connecting it to my monitor. One thing to point out, there's no HDMI cable included in this. you will need to use your own, and it has two USB ports there. One's for the mouse and the other one is to take footage off the hard disk drive onto your USB stick. Let's start putting everything together. The first thing, we'll get the lead and put it into the adapter. It would only go one way. That has 3 pins there and this has 3 holes. I will match up with that. Then we get the other end on the adapter and put it to the back of the NVR box where it says power. That would go there. And of course the other end would go to my plug socket. Next, we'll put one end of the HDMI cable into the HDMI port and the other end would go to the back of my monitor. Then we get the Ethernet cable. We use the part without these connectors. That part goes to the camera. This part goes into the back of the NVR box. You could plug it into any, it doesn't really matter. The other end would go to the camera. Just get one camera. As I showed you before, that would only go in one way as well. And push that forward and twist it. Next, we get the mouse and put it in one of the USB ports. This step you don't have to do, but as I will be connecting the cameras to the internet, I will be needing to do this step. So I'm putting one end of the cable into the port where it says WAN. The other end of the RJ45 cable will go into the back of my router or power line adapter or even a Wi-Fi booster. I've just powered it on. We are up and running. It was straightforward. At the top here, if you look where it says Cam 1, it's got the date and time, and as you can see here on the screen, it's up to 8 cameras. At the bottom here is letting us know it's connected to the internet, and then this one here, if I click on that, it brings up the links. So you've got your Android and iOS, that's to download the app, but I would recommend just go to the App Store or Google Play and download the EC Cloud app from there. You will need to register an account with them if it's your first time using it, and then you can add the camera from there. This Cloud ID, you will need this. I've got it covered at the moment. You'll need this to link the system to the app. And at the bottom here, I've also got this number covered. This is also the Cloud ID. So if it doesn't work when you scan it, you could type it in manually as well. Okay, so let's right click. You could change the way you view the cameras. Video manager. By default, username is admin and there is no password, but it's strongly suggested to pick a password. It's letting us know here we are fully connected. Okay, let's click it again. Let's go to system setup. So general setup, English, display resolution, Cloud ID when preview, we could enable or disable that. I'm going to disable that. Show time when preview, yeah, okay, we'll leave that on. Time setup, let's have a look at hard disk drive setup. Yeah, so it does have a 3 terabyte hard disk drive in there and it's formatted, but I'm going to format it again. It's always best to do that. Oh, I need to select it first. Check in that. Format. All the recordings will be deleted. Yes, that's fine. Okay, give it a few minutes. Let's go to error setup. Alarm icon enabled. Error type, hard disk drives are not found. Let's go down here. Right, disk error. So I could pick whatever information I want the NVR to give me and it will set a buzzer off. I just check enable. Let's go to record setup. So it's letting us know channel 1, copy to. Basically what that means, if I were to make any changes to one camera, I could just press copy to and copy them to the other ones. You could select schedule as well. At the moment they're recording 24/7. Then we have motion. So if I left click and drag that down, so from 3 AM till 3 PM, if anyone enters the motion area, just say the box there, it will let me know through the app. But for that you have to have the NVR box connected to the internet. Then we have alarm as well. If I drag it down, that's yellow. Of course, again, it will send me a notification. You could select, reset, apply, OK, and cancel. Let's cancel them for now. If I right click again, go to system setup, network setup. It's both the cloud ID, what I have covered, and then the cloud number. Channel setup, channel 1. Okay, resolution, that is 4K, yeah. Bitrate, frames per second 15, is that the highest you could go? Yep. Encode format, H.265. Okay, what's going to happen here is I'm going to have to encode this into H.264 because the rest of the recording that I've done, my timeline is H.264 and this is H.265. So you will see a reduction in quality because YouTube will also add compression on as well. Substream, that's what you will get to see on your mobile. System maintenance, reboot, then factory settings. If you do make any changes, you could reset all the settings. Cancel, right click again. Let's go to video playback. There we are. At the bottom here is day, hour, and this is a timeline here. At the moment, it's only recorded that because I've just turned the system on. It's given us date and time as well. You are able to scrub through here as well to see what's happened if you're looking for something. And then you have the option to select the day as well if you want to go to a particular day. Channel, I've only got camera 1 connected at the moment. Time, sensor, motion. If it was set off by motion or if it was set up by the time that you had selected, you could find the footage here as well. File playback, backup. You need to connect a USB at the back and then you could back the footage up that way as well. Exit for now. Okay. AI playback. It doesn't have anything recorded for it to do AI playback at the moment. Video backup. So here you would pick, say I've only got 1 camera connected at the moment. I'd go to channel 1. I'd pick a time and date. Then I'll press search, and when my USB is plugged in, it would come up here where it says USB. The name would come up there, and then I could select how much of a time the clip I want, and I could back it up to the USB drive. Straightforward. Okay, volume, setup wizard, we've already done that. Fast network and exit system. Nice and simple to use. Really like that. Okay, let's download the app. I'm going to download the app. I will need to create an account with them. Just to show, I've gone into Google Play and I'm downloading the EC Cloud app. And that's why it's IP Pro VR Cam EC Cloud. I will install that. I'll come back once this is installed. Okay, so this is the same app what I've already used when I reviewed the Sansco CCTV system. You could watch that review. It's linked in the description box below and it would be in the iCard. I need to add these cameras now. So I go to the plus.
After the device powered on, scan the QR code on the device or on the monitor.
Because I need to scan the QR code, but it's asking permission first here. Allow EC Cloud to take pictures and record videos while using the app. Now, I right click. I go to fast network. I export the cloud ID up. I'll quickly scan that. I need to give it a name. Say office. Added successfully. Complete. There we are. That is really easy to connect up. A quick look at this app. I have already showed this app in my other review, but because these are different cameras, I'll show it here as well. So at the top here, you could see it's got 4 cameras. Let's just click on the camera that's live. If you double click it, will bring it in, and you could pinch to zoom in as well. What wouldn't have gone to the cameras? Let's go back. Okay, I'll go that way, back to the first camera. Playback. It's got a timeline down here. Screenshot. If I were to push that, it will take a picture and save it to my gallery. Recording. And it says recording completed, time 2 seconds. Sound. I don't think these cameras have sound. Download. You could go by date and time as well. Standard definition or high definition. Let's go high definition. But remember, to view the cameras in high definition, you have to have good internet. If you haven't, standard definition is okay because the NVR box is recording anyway. You've got light control, microphone, PTZ. That doesn't apply to these cameras. Screenshot, as I mentioned before, you take a screenshot, it will get saved in the phone. Sound, recording, so basic to use. Okay, that's the app. Now let's have a look at some daytime and nighttime footage. My overall thoughts, let's get the negatives out of the way first. The NVR box is slightly loud. I couldn't have it in my bedroom, but that's me, you might be okay with it. Every so often you hear popping sounds, but that's because it's processing 4K video. You can change the resolution if you don't want it to record in 4K. You do have the option to drop it down, but if you do have 4K available to you, use 4K, you'll get better image quality. The other thing, for some reason I couldn't get both of the USB ports to work at the same time. I selected backup, it gave me a minute. I had to remove the mouse, then put the USB stick in, then I had to back the footage up that way. Because this has got 3 ports, it would have been easier if I could have just used the other one. But the other brands I've reviewed of cameras, I haven't had this problem. It's just with this box, so I think it's more of a issue with my box than anything else really. I wouldn't consider that as a negative, it's just something I thought I would mention to you. Apart from that, everything else is fine. Setting the cameras up is straightforward. The cameras have good image quality, motion detection works really well. The app is a generic app, but it works fine. Even without Wi-Fi, when I was using the data on my phone, it was working fine. Link in the description box below if you want to pick these cameras up. I hope I covered everything. If I missed something out, ask me in the comment section below. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, a like would be appreciated. Any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.